Oops, let's see. Oh, yeah. Hello, YouTube. You're live.
Hello.
Sorry, just getting set up here. Why can't I see? Sorry, Instagram. It shows that you're Okay, let's see this screen. Okay, round two. Hello, hello. YouTube, as always, thanks for hanging in there. We have got a special guest with us tonight. When they scoot over. Sorry, I know we got on just a second ago. Hey, Molly, yay. We are not on Facebook tonight, so if you are used to joining us on Facebook, I apologize. I think my husband's phone is about to bite the dust. We usually do one on each phone, and it's still telling us, like last week, Instagram will not work, so I don't know. Oh my goodness. Hey, Anita, sorry, I saw you join before, and then my screen went black, so we had to end it. Hey, you good? Trying to scoot everyone in the picture. We have a special guest tonight. Someone is way off their nap schedule. We went out of town this weekend, so we are happy to have her. She'll be our special guest. This is our third and our youngest. Can you say hi? No. So if you are new and just joining us for the first time, my name is Megan. Hey, Ebony. Thanks for joining. And, huh? And I am the blogger over at Allergy Awesomeness, and it is a blog where you can learn how to be awesome even with your food allergies. Hey, Tate, are you okay? Welcome back. And yeah, this is my husband.
I'm Claudia, father of three. This is Kenny. We have two boys that have food allergies. Our oldest has EOE as well, with 10 anaphylactic food allergens. And our second one only has one, peanuts and tree nuts.
Two categories, yeah.
Sure, true, true.
Our oldest also has asthma. Anything else we're missing? And she does not have any so far, so knock on wood. We'll see. It's like it went the most, a few, and none. So maybe third time will be the charm. We are so sorry that we are not on Facebook. If you're just jumping over from that, we are just having technical difficulties. So the joys of live. Thanks for bearing with the awake baby at a late hour and no Facebook. So who have we missed? You want to read those for me? He's better at reading and guessing people's names.
Yeah, the lights in my eyes. Far away.
So that's where it usually is. It's Kim Werhan. Welcome, Mimi. CV26. Welcome. Hey, Gift Gallery.
Just up close.
Hey, Kimberly Peterson Mullins. Hey, Olier family. Welcome, welcome, everyone. So if this is your first time jumping in, we recognize that sometimes if you're dealing with food allergies and dietary restrictions, it can feel very lonely and it can feel very isolating. And sometimes it's just hard to get all the information you need. And what was always the most helpful for me was talking to other allergy families and learning how they handle it and the different ways that they manage it. Hey, Alicia. Hey, Kimberly. So I just thought it'd be fun to do these weekly live chats where we can talk about all the ways that food allergies can affect you, so we can have some solidarity, so we can have some validation, and so we can have cute babies online. So if you are new, what we love to do is we love to, yeah, you want to touch the screen, huh? She might still be hungry. Good idea. Hey, for juice. So we always love to start with, first of all, we love to do a fun tidbit about ourselves, which we'll put on pause for a second. And then we love to do like what's going on in your area of the world. So if you had something happen this week or this past week with food allergies, we'd love to hear about it, the good, the bad, the ugly. And then we love to do Q&A. And I actually got a really fantastic question today from another allergy mom that we'll get to. But we want to make sure we get to all of your questions. So type away as we do this intro. So we used to do just tidbits about ourselves to see if we had anything in common with our readers, but then we thought it was kind of fun. We did it on a fluke one time, and then we had a reader be like, oh, keep doing that. So instead of me saying a tidbit about myself, we have now started, I'll scoot over a little. We have started doing tidbits about each other. So I think we'll keep that up. So I'll go first so you can think for a second. But for those who are new, Claudy was made in Haiti. So he is my special import. He was born in Brooklyn though. So they came over while his mom was pregnant. So I know sometimes people ask what our kids are, what they're half, what they're mixed with, and they're Haitian, half Haitian. You think of one? You need more time.
I guess if we're talking about places where people were born, Megan is born in Idaho, but she does not care to live there.
No, not
at all. And when I met her, she made it seem that she was from Vegas because she had spent her senior year there.
Wouldn't you claim Vegas too?
It took me a while to realize that she was born and raised from Idaho all the way up to her junior year. Family going back generations upon generations.
What do you do?
From the Grand Tetons of Idaho.
True story. In fact, we went to Idaho for my sans Claudia. He had to work. Me and my 3 kids, my mom, my sister, up to Idaho. And boy, raise your hand if you know what. Right? Okay, someone else is saying, Alicia's saying she would totally claim Vegas over Idaho. And I was currently from there. My parents had moved there and we're living there. So, sorry, we've got kids not wanting to go to bed. So Claudia's going to go take care of that. So, speaking, I wanted to kind of discuss, especially because summer and vacations. Traveling with food allergies, because boy, it's been a little bit since we've gone somewhere, well, about 6 months. And it was just such a reminder of like, ooh, hopefully we can do this live. It might have to be short tonight, of what a hassle traveling with food allergies can be. So I'll share kind of some hurdles that we run into. I'd love to hear some hurdles you guys have had or how you work around them. Hi, Ellen Hull. So first off, you know, it's like just packing a huge cooler. Like I just always worry that we're gonna run out of snacks, or especially going to smaller towns like Idaho, where there's not a Whole Foods and other things like specialty stores. I worry that there's always gonna be enough to eat. So I make sure to like stock up, even on things that didn't necessarily need to be refrigerated, but like we have to have a bottle real quick. Even things like gluten-free pretzels that might be hard to find, and just making sure we have plenty of snacks because I just didn't know how quickly we'd be able to find a safe restaurant, and I didn't want, you know, whiny hungry kids is not very fun. And then, you know, instead of just the like, I used to just on a whim be like, what's around the corner or what sounds good, and going there, like you have to plan every meal, right? Like what you're gonna have, where you're gonna go, is there food options around? So I just feel like you just have to plan it. There can't be that like element of surprise like there used to be. Okay, so Alicia says, I'm going to Italy in July. I'm gonna have to pack stuff for the plane. Oh my gosh, right? Like half of my carry-on is food when I go on a plane. Because you just, especially, I feel like air travel is worse than driving in the sense that it can feel so nerve-wracking because if there's a layover and you're stuck in an airport that doesn't have a safe restaurant, that can be really terrifying. So I tend to like way overpack when it comes to flying food, just because I would hate to have some type of layover or plane delay. Weather thing that would keep us on the ground and my kids would be starving. Yes. The other thing that we did, so it was like we were still eating at our same restaurants that we always do, even though we were out of town. So we were like, okay, we'll do Chick-fil-A for dinner. That is safe. Kim Morhan says, just recently bought a great product. It cooks and reheats food on the go. Okay. We bought an inverter for our older vehicles, but it plugs right into, oh, cool. So it sounds like it's something that goes right into your car and you can heat up food in the car. That would be handy because I always have tons of leftovers, but it's like hard to bring food that you feel like you have to warm up. So that's super cool. Thank you for that tip. What else? Oh, it was super frustrating because we were going to be traveling home on a Sunday, and especially in like Idaho, like everything shuts down on a Sunday. It's a very religious town, and I was like, Chick-fil-A is closed. Like our other restaurant, Costa Vida, is closed. So I legit, and this was before we went out of town. I made sure that it was safe before we left, but I was like calling because it's a chain and it's like in every city. And I called all the way from like Idaho, further, all the ones down. And sadly, we had to drive like 2.5 hours. Hi, dining with Emma. Sadly, we had to travel like 2.5 hours before we could get to a safe spot for lunch. Like I was just calling every one of them, like, are you open on Sundays? Are you open on Sundays? Are you open on Sundays? Until we could find a restaurant that worked for my kids' food allergies and that was open on a Sunday. So just a lot of planning and forethought. I think you just have to be really responsible. Make sure I double check my purse, make sure EpiPens were in there, that I had enough Benadryl, I had enough Zyrtec, all those type of things. I would be fully stocked away from home. What else about traveling this weekend? Oh, we actually ended up.
One of the restaurants changed up.
Yeah. So it just goes to show you should never just assume because you've eaten somewhere before. Because I just had this feeling like my mom gut alert was going off that, oh my heck, I should double check online their allergen guide because they have an allergen guide. And the one thing that he could get there, it now shows it has a dairy. And it was a Sunday, and I could, like, usually I would just call corporate because we literally ate there like what, maybe a month ago. Mm-hmm. And I always pull it up when we order, and it hadn't shown dairy in the chicken. And I was like, are you kidding me? And it was literally like Sunday afternoon. Kids were about to be hungry. So I was sweating bullets. But thankfully, we found a Chipotle. Those are super allergy friendly. And it was only like an hour away. And we were able to go there and eat. However, tell me if I'm the only baby, okay? Do you remember feeling this way when we ate at Chipotle? I love that style of eating. I love burritos. I love all those kind of things. I love how safe it is, but it's so spicy. Did you feel like it's spicy?
It's spicy, but it's not too spicy for me.
It is so spicy for me and my kids. Like, and that's the thing is like I got them kids meals, but they were just like, you don't even want to eat the chicken because it's so spicy. So that was frustrating. And I also we haven't eaten there in a long time. And I didn't realize that they didn't have soft corn tortillas. And that was a big bummer for me too, because my kids aren't used to crunchy corn tortillas. And so they're like, and they just crumble.
Yeah, they're used to soft tacos, not hard tacos.
Yeah. So they were like, what is this? It's crumbling. And so, it got them full enough to make it home. It's only a 4-hour drive, but it's kind of frustrating. But at least there was one safe option. We will take that. And yes, so someone else says they love Chipotle too. They are so accommodating. Yes. They are accommodating. I seriously am like, just cook me some chicken without the spice on it. But that's like the whole point of the restaurant, right?
Does anyone, as far as accommodating, can you get it non-spicy? That's a question we'd like to know.
Yeah.
If anyone knows the answer.
I think she's saying accommodating food allergies, but we would love to know.
That would be a nice accommodation.
It would.
Can we get it mild?
Can we get it sans Chipotle?
Or no spice?
Oh, so she said, I missed what your child is allergic to. Sorry, you didn't miss it. We actually didn't say it just because we've said it so many other times. So I apologize. We should probably include that in our intro. So it's wheat, dairy, eggs,
Shellfish.
peanuts, tree nuts, shellfish. Did I say wheat? Oats, beef, lentils, and goat's milk. 10. Sorry, it takes me a minute to go through the whole 10 list. So yeah, those are his anaphylactic ones. And then because of his EOE, he also avoids like 20 additional. So there's like over 30 total that we avoid. So like we can't do beef, which makes like any kind of burger joint really, we can't go to those. So we have to find something that has chicken, which is why we use Chick-fil-A. Can't do wheat, so we can't do like buns. And even if they have gluten-free buns, they have egg in them. So it's just like eating out.
Those are anaphylactic allergies.
Yeah, the 20 plus are the sensitivities.
Yeah.
And the 10 that I listed are anaphylactic. Crazy, right? It's crazy. We don't like to give our kids his ages out, but he's young elementary school. So it is crazy. I freaking keep going out of the screen. Hey, Mackenzie Tur. So that was kind of tricky and a good reminder because we're going to Disneyland. We're going to be driving in the fall. Just the whole, and I apologize. I meant to do an Insta story showing like all the snacks that I packed, and I was just trying to be present during the trip. And I was the one driving, and if you've ever traveled with 3 kids, it was just kind of intense. And it was just like a quick 36-hour trip, so it just flew by. But some of the things I thought might be helpful to know some like the snacks that we pack. So many food allergies. I'm sorry. So our 2 oldest have multiple food allergies. The list I mentioned, our second has peanuts and tree nuts. And our third has none. Our third. So I packed tortilla chips because they love tortilla chips. I thought about packing guac, but they didn't want it. They just love to like chew on tortilla chips. We packed our Snyder's gluten-free pretzels. I packed a big bag of craisins. I packed peeled and diced cucumbers. My kids love those sweet little mini bell peppers. Packed those. What else did you see me pack? Oh, I packed like these little blueberry apple sauces that they can just like drink. We also did some fun snacks like Starburst Starburst and Skittles. We packed some butter and jelly sandwiches on their different breads for like a sandwich. Oh, I know there's more than that, but that was the gist of it. That was like the main thing. So I knew we had like some salty, some fruit, some vegetables, a protein filling sandwich. So those were, and I came home with still plenty of snacks. Like we definitely didn't run out. So that was nice. It worked out really good. I know. So someone says, hopefully your child can grow out of some of them and it'll open up more options. Yes, we pray for that every day, and we definitely are optimistic that something can happen. So we agree. And someone else says, I hope your kids will grow out of some of their allergies. We do too. So she says, I was allergic to peas. We also used to have to avoid peas. Peanuts, dairy, and eggs when I was young. Now I'm fortunately no longer allergic to dairy, eggs, and peas. That's awesome. So what does that leave you? Just peanuts? Is it just peanuts for you? That's great, because so many people say dairy and eggs can be tough to grow out of. But, I mean, I would give my right arm, even just for, like, baked milk, because some people can do it baked, but not, like, raw.
Okay.
So we will see. Put those positive vibes out there. I always say if they can put a man on the moon, we should be able to cure food allergies, right? Usually the nuts allergies are the toughest to grow out of. Yes, I have heard that, definitely. But what's interesting is those are the ones that are like most in clinical trial and most things people are working on, like the peanut patch. And I feel like those are really well understood. So hopefully those can't be outgrown, that we will be
told.
I know the smart scientist people out there can figure out a way around it. So that's kind of like road tripping it, I feel like, as far as making sure you pack snacks. Oh, last thing. So instead of staying in a hotel, which if we do, we try and get like a dinette place, which is like what we're doing at Disneyland. We use Getaway Today travel agency to help us find one that had like a kitchenette and everything that was close to Disneyland. It worked out really good. But since I'm from Idaho Falls, we actually stayed with a friend. She was so thoughtful and sweet, and because I knew I wanted to be able to like cook a really hearty breakfast before we hit the road again. Well, hello again. Are you gonna be on the camera? And so I just went to the store and I got bacon and hash browns and I made my gluten and dairy-free breakfast potatoes, which you remember we had those for Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're so good. And what's great is you make them on a big sheet pan. And so what I could have done is I could have like packed up some of the leftovers for them to snack on. But I didn't. I wanted to like as a thank you, like make breakfast for our host too. So it was really nice because and they had a bunch of stuff that they could eat and it was like they woke up to breakfast and it's like I'm used to cooking anyways and then my kids got a hot breakfast because I mean there's just like nothing continental breakfast wise that my kid could have. Like I was thinking about it, I'm like, well, I guess maybe like an orange or a banana. Plain orange or plain banana, but can't have cereal, can't have milk, can't have yogurt, can't have pancakes, can't have waffles.
Potatoes is about it.
I don't know that I would trust. I'd have to like find out what all their cross contamination is. So it was just a little worrisome. So it's always nice to say like, you know, Airbnb or with someone that you trust and that they'll let you take over their kitchen because that was a huge relief to know, okay, for one meal, we don't have to eat out, which saves money, saves stress. And then especially in the morning, like, I don't know about you, but I don't feel like going out in the morning. Like I want to stay in my pajamas and eat. I don't want to be eating out for 3 meals a day. So she says, I am just allergic to peanuts, fish, and some tree nuts now. Oh, that's awesome. That's so good that you only have those few anymore.
Peanuts, fish,
Yeah. And I don't know about you, but I feel like fish is a little bit easier to avoid. I mean, obviously, after about like,
don't like fish.
well, yeah, I don't like fish, but you can get a lot of main entrees that don't include fish, unless, but always ask, obviously, about like, is there fish sauce used in any of the broths or anything like that? Oh, someone's asking, what are you? Are you a boy or a girl? We don't have a bow in her hair right now, but she is a girl. 2 boys and 1 girl, and it is almost bedtime. So, I think that's all I want to say about at least road trips with food allergies for the summer. Is there anything you wanted to add? We've definitely done lots of road trips. Or camping, we've done camping. Yeah.
Camping is usually similar. I
Yeah.
like to take my boys, father and son
I
camping
let him take them camping.
once a year. Ever since they were 2.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it's usually one night.
Yeah, we don't do like super long.
So we would bring, I guess we bring fish.
No, usually chicken.
Chicken. Sometimes fish. Our oldest likes fish. It's something that we can cook over a fire.
Yeah, often like tinfoil packets.
Yeah, and potatoes.
Well, you can do like corn on the cob, you know, like still in the husk. That's easy to pack and doesn't take a lot to prepare.
I'm trying to remember what we did for breakfast.
Well, I usually pack like hash browns, again, in a foil packet, and like a ham steak, like a piece of ham.
Yeah.
Or you can also pack bacon. We're big hash brown bacon type for breakfast.
Yeah.
It's one of the few warm, hearty. I've also made muffins beforehand.
Yeah.
And pack those so that way they're done and ready. And then we can still do like marshmallows over a fire. We can do safe chocolate. Right. Like enjoy life. We hadn't found the Shard graham crackers. We could do that now. We recently found those. They do have soy in them, so they're not topic free. So we could do s'mores with those. But we used to just do like a soft cookie, like enjoy life cookie. So like cookie, chocolate, marshmallow cookie. I really like those.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like
we used to go to Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A on the way there back because we live right by a lot of mountains, so it's really easy to just get away into the mountains. A lot of chips, like they love to do chips. Sometimes we'll do like cut up a big watermelon.
Yeah.
Because they can do most fruit, and that's like something they love to snack on, and then we can make sure they're hydrated. So yeah, that's been pretty easy. And if you've got a little grill like we do, then just throw it on there and good to go. Yeah. I keep trying to scoot the camera so people can see her because she is the cutest one of the bunch. You're a close second.
Oh.
But she keeps moving out of the camera. So I had a really good question that someone asked me earlier today, and we'll just do it quickly because I feel like, what's your favorite safe allergy-friendly brands? So if you watch my how to like budget with food allergies, you'll know that I really try to not buy allergy-specific food. which sounds really awful. And you would think with like 10 allergies we'd have to. But you are throwing off our light. Yes. Thank you so much, Allergy. How do you say that? Allergies. Ina Texas? In a text? How do you say that?
Allergy in a text.
Yeah. So, but I just feel like they're so expensive. Like for our budget, like family of 5, like it's just like if I could, I would. I'd love to just shop it. You know, I don't call it Whole Foods; I call it Whole Paycheck. And
Allergy in Austin.
in
Texas.
Austin, thank you. And sorry, we slaughtered your handle. So, like obviously, I love Enjoy Life. Like we could not bake without Enjoy Life because they're the only chocolate chips that I found. I hear Pasha has chocolate chips. I've seen them, but I feel like they're more expensive. And they were the first chocolate that I found, so I have a deep love and a trust with them. Yes. And then I obviously love Bob's Red Mill because that's where I get like my flour blend from. They have a good baking. I know other people love like Cup for Cup or Better Batter as far as like gluten-free flours. Like you obviously can't go without those. You can't bake without those. But otherwise, I try really hard to just buy normal branded stuff, like, and just try to not. Oh, thank you. Yes. Do you want me to hold you? I try to buy normal stuff like Lay's potato chips and Skittles, like for snacks, and we just try and have carrots and apple slices and bananas for snacks, like just normal things, and save my budget and money for when we're like on the go and we're traveling and we need those quick convenient things. Oh, another one, sun butter. We love sun butter. We can't live without sun butter.
Yeah, sun butter, Enjoy Life.
Enjoy Life. What else? I'm like looking around. Well, we actually do the organic Great Value soy milk. Is the flavor our son loves. I love rice milk to bake with because that's got, I think, less of like an aftertaste. Energy egg replacer is really good. And same thing with Bob's ground flaxseed for egg replacement. And Follow Your Heart vegan eggs. Those are the scrambled eggs that our son loves and can do. And then Little Northern Bakehouse. That's like the one bread that like we don't hate. That's gluten-free and vegan, and it's actually quite good. Like it's the most impressed I've been with the bread that is top-A free. Oh, we also like beef-free, their rolls. So I guess we do like a few more than I think, but a lot of those things I only buy on special occasions. Like I don't keep like specialty buns, like the beef-free rolls on hand, just to like have with dinner. Like it's only when we have like pulled pork sandwiches and things like that. So I try and like, and So Delicious. Sorry, they're gonna just keep coming. But for their ice cream and their Cocoa Whip.
Yes.
We love their ice cream and love their Cocoa Whip. Like my triple chocolate pie, my pumpkin mousse, like my lemon cream pie, I couldn't make it without those. So yes, we do. Here, I will give her back to Daddy. I'll bring these really quick. Kenny Knick Foods. Yes, I use their graham crackers and their Oreos, their K2s. I like Glutinos, fake Oreos too. Those are good. No, I prefer Snyder's gluten-free pretzels. And they have graham crackers. Yes, they do. They're harder to find in Utah for some reason, so that's why Char is easier to find here. I could go either way. They're free of some allergens. Thank you for making sure we knew about them. Dining with Emma. Got another fan of Enjoy Life and Sun Butter. And then, hi. Okay. Just crying at the camera. Crying at the camera. I'm sorry, we don't usually have children. If you knew, she was just not in bed yet. But we are going to close. So I've been in allergy diagnostics for over a decade for several companies. It's a passion for us to understand and promote that this is individually an issue. Yeah, I mean, you absolutely can't say like this across the board is going to work for everyone with allergies. Like you need to check for your own, severity of allergies. Are you contact? Can you handle shared lines? Can you do you need a dedicated facility? If you're ever in doubt, I absolutely feel like you should be calling the companies. I've called many a company ask them questions and is this what do you share your lines with, blah blah blah. So always make sure that it is up to your own individual standards for your family, and don't just take our word for it, because your allergies can be very different than our child's. So hi, now you're gonna stop crying, but we are gonna close for tonight. I do have a really good question that I will leave you guys with, that I said I would bring up, and I'm sorry, Amanda, that we're not getting to this. But think about it, and if you know anyone that has had this experience, we'd love to talk about this next time. And that is, she is wondering, this reader, if anyone has had a child that tries to hide when they're having a reaction. So that was really interesting. Yeah, because they don't want to have an EpiPen or go to the hospital. We can share kind of how our children have reacted. But I just thought that's a really good topic that I feel like isn't often touched on, like the child's reaction when they know they're having a reaction. So let's talk about that next week. I hope you guys will notice I have been cranking with the cookbook. Seriously, it's bananas. Like, my mom is literally staying with us and basically raising my kids so I can finish it. It is due by the end of the month. But I did manage to post a brand new, holy crap, so excited about it, pizza. Yes, do you remember the pizza? It is top 8 free, only a few ingredients, one type of flour. So I finally put a new recipe up. Go check that out. It is at the top of Allergy Awesomeness. So I hope you guys try it. Tell me what toppings you put on it. We're so excited to make it again. And was there anything else? Sorry, I did all the talking tonight, but thanks for doing the baby handling.
That was good.
Oh, that was good, but that's been in the cookbook. They won't get that just yet. And yes, thank you, Allergies in Austin, Texas, for joining everyone, for your thoughtful comments and questions. And I remember, have a happy early Father's Day.
Oh yes, happy Father's Day.